What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy, What Competition, and we back with a vid. Another foul on that debt. And right now, we want to talk about Undisputed in its entirety. It's been a year and almost 2 months since it released. And they also did a re-release with the Championship Edition. We want to talk about all different aspects of the games, the good, the bad, the ugly. All right, so tap in. If you're new, like, subscribe, tap in with the competitors. And let's get to it, man. So, out the gate, when it was first released, the official release that is, it started out looking good outside of the power punch spammers and Deontay Wilder being out of this world, bumped up with his right hand. And rightfully so, he is and was like that in his prime. If you ask me, they should do two different versions to Deontay Wilder. They should do him when he had the low cut, the low throw or whatever. That's when he had his most power for real. I mean, even though, earlier on when he had the cornrows, he still had a little power because, he dropped Tyson Fury. But I feel like they should do like a 2020 version of Wilder and then have this current version bumped down like he is, but still have certain perks that he need to be effective so people can still want to play with him. Also, the stamina was way better in the beginning to me. The short-term stamina was way better. Like you could get multiple combos off without it being any issue. And somehow within the first couple of updates, they got away from that, which is disappointing. Some people liked it and some people hate it. I actually got used to it, but I still prefer the one they had on day one. They just gotta find the right balance so people can't cheese and spam too crazy. Like people gonna cheese and spam regardless, they gonna cheese and spam regardless. So you just gotta find that right niche for it, man. So then people, and I agree with this as well because that's how usually most games are, but this is an independent company, so it was somewhat different. So like when you purchase the deluxe edition, you gonna go into it thinking like you getting all the DLC for free for at least the first, half of the year or first year overall. Well, let me not first year, first quarter. So like at least for like 4 months, you would think you was gonna get the first few DLC packs for free because you paid for the deluxe edition. And that's usually how it goes, but for some reason with Undisputed they didn't do it that way. You only got the WBC pack was only for like 2011 Canelo, 93 Roy Jones, the Young Fury, Young 67 Ali, but it wasn't for the other DLCs that came after that, which was the Jake Paul DLC, and then after that Jake Paul DLC, you got the DLC with the Klitschko brothers, and none of them was free. So going forward, they gotta know like if somebody pre-ordered the game and they get the deluxe version, they should get at least the first quarter a DLC for free, because that's usually how other games do it. When you're talking about like games like Tekken, Street Fighter, even Call of Duty, like when you pay for the deluxe version, you gonna get them DLCs for free. So to me, that was a mishap on their part, but it is what it is. Also, let's talk about some of the good things though. So some of the good things to me was like the fact that, you know, we got different boxes in different weight classes, and they continue to add on different boxes, right? And they also add new arenas, you know what I'm saying? And they also get more attire as well. Like, you know, you get a new pair of shorts, new pair of trunks, gloves, all that. I think one of the biggest gripes for people earlier on was, oh, where's the robes? Where's the robes at? Nobody, like, where's the robes? I give them credit for, you know, adding robes. A lot of people didn't care about it, but a lot of people did care about it. So I give them credit for that. That's one of the good things that they did. Like, I will say they tried to work on things when things was going bad in the opposite direction. They tried to improve. People wanted free DLC. They did the free DLC for us multiple times. So I got to give them credit for that as well. And then, you know, one of the bad things was they wasn't communicating with the community like that earlier on. Like, we would go 2-3 months without an update, and I felt like that hurt them as well. Even though they redeemed themselves this year, they definitely redeemed themselves. And then, you know, like fighters like Jake Paul, a lot of people didn't like that. And I ain't gonna lie, earlier on, I wasn't feeling it either, but I get it from a marketing standpoint, and he does box, you know what I'm saying? He does box real fighters at that. And he's just a big name. When the Tyson, him and Tyson did that fight, it was smart for them to put him in the game. It was, you know what I'm saying? That's just good marketing, you know? And then they do got a nice variety of boxes, you know. I felt like, you know, we get DLC at least once every quarter, sometimes twice every quarter. You know, they've gotten better with the communication and stuff. A lot of people been wanting a reset for the rankings a long time ago when the quick glitch was alive and well, and it's still alive and well now, but it was way more consistent earlier on. That hurt the game. That made people not want to play the game no more. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those people as well. The quick glitches was atrocious, man. It still is, even though it's gotten better. And then, you know, a few of the mishaps that I was disappointed about was obviously no mini games, like, and no real tutorial on how to play the game besides, you know, that weak tutorial at the beginning that they show you. That ain't really showing you nothing for real. I mean, you getting the basics, but I feel like you need advanced tutorials on how to throw combos, on how to slip and weave, you know, the whole shebang, man. More of the good stuff for me is like the realism, the authenticity of, you know, when an opponent gets tired, they get flat-footed. I thought that was a dope feature. I also think that loose footwork is a dope feature as well. It's just people abuse it, obviously. You know, you get people running all the time. That's another thing that hurt the game, when people run all the time like that, man. It's, you know, everybody hate going up against a runner, you know. I mean, there's a few people that don't mind it because they, you know, like to walk them down and they feel like they better at doing so. Like my guy Boxeye, shout out to him. He loved to walk guys down. He loved to get on the attack. That's something I'm trying to work on as well. But yeah, that running be you shouldn't be able to run from your opponent like that. And then, you can mix it up now on here, but it's not as easy to mix it up as it is to get on the back foot and counter all day. So that's one of the things that I feel like also hurts the game. And then, when you get into what they added recently with the created fighters, that was a good idea, but they went about it the wrong way. You got it to where you can bring calves in ranked and online matches. Like, to me, that was a bad idea. That's to the detriment of the game. Like, a lot of people don't like that, including myself, because I'm trying to play some boxing and I want to feel like I'm in a real experience going against, like, reliving fights that happened before when you match up certain people. Like, if you're going to do the calf thing, then you need to have a specific mode for calves only. People can grind on calves. You know what I'm saying? They can grind, build their people up, and the advantages is for everybody. It's open. But when you got people that just misusing the calves where they can bump up the speed and the power and everything else pretty much at a deficit, but they can do just enough where they can get off on you, that hurts the game. That make, like, I don't even, when I see a calf, I don't even be trying to play, bro. I might cut the game off. I mean, sometimes I fight them, but if I'm in rank, I turn that shit off. I'm gonna be keep it a buck. I ain't wasting no time with no calves, bro. Like, but hopefully they come up with an update and they get it to where no calves in rank, and you can only do calves in like its own separate thing or online. I don't even want it in online either, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Another good thing that happened for the game was the Crown League. I thought that was dope, man. Shout out to JMMA for putting the league together and, having all these guys showcase their talent and show the game in a good space to where, like, this is how you supposed to play the game when these guys box in this sim league. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no spam and no cheese going on, just clean boxing, sim mechanics. Like, I rock with that, man. That's something good. And then, all those guys got to fly out to see Bud and Canelo fight. And then I also got to play on stage on some esports type vibe, which was dope to me. So that was good, man. And then ultimately, man, like, at the end of the day, they bringing boxing back to the forefront. They are bringing boxing back to the forefront, even with all of its deficiencies. They still made us a boxing game that we didn't get in over 15 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I get frustrated with the game at times as well, but I still like the game. I still like to play the game. I just know the game could be a lot much better if it wasn't for the biggest problem with the game, which is desync. Obviously it'll never be fixed. But if desync didn't exist, this game would be A1. This game would be the best boxing game that was ever made. You know what I'm saying? It's arguable now because, Fight Night Champion, people still play it and punches land and there ain't no desync. You know what I'm saying? That's another issue that happened on here, was like punches missing, the hit detection. Like, that was one of the worst things that happened to the game. And I felt like earlier on, the punches weren't missing like that. But now, they always miss for some reason, which is, we know that's predicated to desync. But they have found ways to make it where punches was landing more. I remember the update earlier this year, the punches was landing way more, and then it's like whenever they fix something else mess up. But at the end of the day, man, I just give these guys credit for, giving us a boxing game. And even though at times it do seem quite scamish because they focus on DLC a lot, but I get it. Like, these people got to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boxers that's sharing their likeness and that's invested in the company, these people got to get paid too, So I get it and I understand, man. But if I had to rank Undisputed overall, man, I would give Undisputed, I'm going to go 6.5. I'm going to go 6.5. 6.5, man. That's where I rank it. The game could be much better, but it's not because of desync and, punches not landing. That's the biggest thing. But if it weren't for the punches not landing and desync, man, this game is A1. I'd easily get this joint 9.5. But it is what it is. That continues to happen. Can't control it. So, but yeah, man, that's the video, man. I'm done ranting. How do y'all feel, man? Do y'all feel the game is in a good space? Has it gotten better or has it gotten worse? Leave it in the comments. Let me know, man. Overall, though, for the year review, I feel like, it was good at some point, but, it just kind of been up and down, up and down. It's a roller coaster ride, for sure. You know what I'm saying? The highs and the lows. When new DLC come out, we all excited. And then once the DLC died down, everybody back to, not really making content and being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Until, new DLC come out or a new update come out, That's the video, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Did Undisputed live up to its potential? Leave it in the comments, man. If you're new, like, subscribe, tap in with competitors, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love.